And we're live. Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning from,
So wait, is it the morning?
yes, from Yuba City, California. Welcome, everybody, to the October So Powerful Live. We're thrilled to have you joining us, if you're joining us. And if you are, then give us a hello, how do you do, in the comments below the video. We can see those whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. We see them in this little StreamYard tool we use. So we'd love to say hello to you and hear where you're hailing from. Love Nostalgia Nitro said hello from Windy, Maine. Hello, Love Nostalgia Nitro.
And Emmy, I feel like Emmy pops on first almost every time.
Emmy's ready to rock and roll. Hi, Emmy. And Jan from Tomball, Texas, and Paula from Kingwood, Texas, and
Paula from Arkansas. It doesn't say. Good morning. Taking a break.
Oh, good. This is a good break. And Susan from Ohio. Hello, Susan. And Claudia from Bend, Oregon. Hi, Claudia. We can't wait to visit with you on Monday when you're coming to visit us. That's so exciting. And Virginia from Springfield, Missouri.
Marcella. They're popping in so fast.
Paula from Alabama. And who else popping in here? Thank you so much for joining in here with us this morning.
Leah Wyndham from Local.
Lincoln Local. You're local if you're in Lincoln.
And Lynn Johnson. Ooh, Albany. That's so close.
Okay. All right. Good. And Dee Parks from Halfway, Maryland. Ooh, that sounds like an interesting little town. Okay. So we're going to just give it another minute here or so before we kick things off. We do have a special announcement today. We're going to make at the beginning of the conversation, and then we're going to do our usual thing, which is to thank and acknowledge purse makers and show the purse cam, which is ready to be booted up here momentarily. But give us a shout out if you're just joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to have you say hello. And we're also going to, of course, be replaying this. This broadcast will be on our YouTube channel going forward. So if you are watching by replay, you could always leave a comment underneath the video as well. If you're watching by replay, Juanita said, "Good morning from Hawaii."
From Hawaii.
All right. Wow, this is so great. And Lisa said, "Hi from Indian Springs, Alabama." So we've got a great conversation today. We've got so many purse makers to acknowledge today, and just an absolute flood of boxes behind us. And that's the small pile. Yes. And then there's a huge pile this way. And so we have a lot of work today to thank and acknowledge amazing purse makers and a lot of pretty purses to show too.
Yes. But we might have to play this at 1.5 speed, so we two times speed on the replay. You might need to play it.
Oh man, 2 times speed. Okay. All right. Well, let's kick things off this morning. We do have special announcement, and we're really excited to share what the Lord has been leading us into. So, as context, So Powerful Purse program started in 2014, in the fall of 2014. And then really on the ground in Zambia in 2015. And so we're at our 10-year anniversary. And this last few months, we surpassed 150,000 girls participating in the program.
Amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
And so this year we're on track to serve 39,000 girls in Zambia. And it's just been an incredible blessing. We made a decision at the board level, which we have an amazing board of directors that have a huge amount of nonprofit experience. We made a decision probably in 2016. I didn't look back to see when it was, but it was early in the purse program, to not branch out beyond Zambia. And really the board's challenge was to go deep in Zambia and really refine our model. And really have a model that we could replicate other places before we ever consider that. And so that was totally sound advice and wisdom, and we really stuck with that strategy for what's been basically 10 years now. And the model that we've developed is basically a model that scales really well, where we've got a sewing cooperative in Lusaka that is really, really put together. Beautiful two-story vocational training building, and the sewing team there and the soap team there. And then also a smaller team in Livingston, which was started in 2021, sorry, and was our first effort at replicating the sewing cooperative model. So we're excited to announce today that for last year, we've been in partnership and conversation talks with a ministry in South Africa. And we are really excited about launching the So Powerful Purse program in South Africa. And so that's the big news and announcement. And so we want to talk a little bit about what that looks like and what it means, where we're going to be serving with Blessman International, which is the partner organization. And so that's the big news that we're excited to share about. So I've got a few stories and anecdotes, but any comments off the top? Just
yeah,
your point of view?
Super exciting. I think, like top level, just kind of comparison to what we've experimented with and are branching out to our second location, within our program, but kind of looking at the challenges of trying to do that in a situation where there isn't a lot of infrastructure there.
Mm-hmm.
But like doing this with Blessman, where they have impact and history, and it's their own organization, and so the infrastructure for everything that they're doing is already there. It's already in place. They have a sewing cooperative. They're trying to do girls and women's empowerment, and so this is like a perfect way for the two to come together. It's exciting. I think it's kind of like once the ribbon's cut and you can go like full force because they're ready to go. And so it's exciting to see it come together.
Yeah, totally. So Blessman International is the ministry partner we're working with. They're based in Des Moines, Iowa. And if you're familiar, if you're from that area, you might be familiar with their ministry. They do a very, very large feeding initiatives for children. And we know them through our relationship through Convoy of Hope. I think they feed somewhere around 50,000 children daily.
Yeah, amazing.
Hot meals daily. And so that number is just incredible. And we began the conversation about a year ago. And then in December, I don't know if some of you might recall, but I went to South Africa and met with them and toured their sewing facility and learned more about their ministry. And so I've got a few slides and pictures. You'll be seeing stuff on our website that basically, this will be sort of our banner. There's a web page that we have set up that we're going to share now publicly, and this will be out on our website. You'll see this detail. That picture is of Hilda, their sewing team leader. And so she's a wonderful lady, really, really fun to sit with her and the team there and walk through what they currently do. And we're really, really excited to have them start to do the Safe Pads model of making the So Powerful Purse contents. And the goal is to have 4,000 girls served in South Africa in 2025. So that's the goal. And if you're not familiar with where Zambia is at in relation to South Africa, most people know where South Africa is, but Zambia is just 2 countries above it. I don't know if you can tell on the map here. I should have made it yellow, but Zambia is basically like the little country in the middle that looks like it's got a bow tie or like a collar around the middle. It's like they call it the Copper Belt. And so that's Zambia. And so the fun part about this story for us is that I actually went to the small town where Blessman International serves in 2008, as it happens. And it's just a total God thing. Like, this is just like God just saying like a little tiny like grace note, like the angel harps just pling, 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 or something like that when something's happening. This is like basically what's happened here with this story. When we started talking to the Blessman International team, and Dr. Jim Blessman is the founder. His last name is Blessman, which is Blessman International name. That's where it comes from. When we started talking to them and they said that they were from Limpopo, which is a region in South Africa. I was just blown away because I, in 2008, had been there with a couple people who actually we've served with for a long, long time. And I've got some photos and pictures I want to share. You'll see this photo as one of our sliders going forward, like on our social media and our webpage. And this photo always stood out to me. This was from 2008. And this photo is from a photographer named Mark Kuroda, who's a big-time photographer in San Francisco. He does photo shoots for Lululemon and
big companies. Yeah.
big companies, and he went with us. And this lady's story always stood out to me. So
I just was noticing that the sewing machine.
yeah, so you'll notice that there's a Singer machine on her roof, holding down the tin roof, along with some rocks up there. And her story, as I remember correctly, and I should have collaborated in my notes with Toby Capps, but it was so long ago. But her story was, as I recall, that her husband had passed from AIDS. We were there serving with a caregiver ministry with World Vision and going from house to house, meeting people. Her children were there behind her, so 4 kids. I don't recall whether they were HIV positive, but I think they were. But I don't really honestly remember explicitly. But this was her story, and I'll never forget in the conversation looking over, and this child in the front of the photo is one of her children, but then behind her is one of the World Vision caregivers who was responsible for caring for the family. And then the person behind her is Toby Capps, one of our board members who was on that trip. And this photo always just like ironed into my mind, of the human reality of this mama who's trying to care for these 4 kids. And there's just something weird about the symbolism of the sewing machine being on the roof and not being used in a practical way. It's not being used for its intended purpose.
Yeah.
And it just strikes me that our program with women's empowerment and the opportunity to have ladies participate in the program will be such a different outcome. And so we're really excited about the opportunity to serve in South Africa, and particularly in Limpopo. That was another photo from inside her house there with our board member, Toby, and his daughter, Ashley, who was on the trip. And then we went on from there, and we were able to visit schools, and Ashley gave her testimony at a school, met a lot of girls, and heard their stories. We had no idea of the issue of menstrual health or the girls staying home, on their period back then. We wouldn't have started So Powerful until the next year after, 2009. And it was, another 6 years before we even started working on the issue. But all of this to say, we're really excited about the opportunity to serve in South Africa. And we really believe it's the leading of the Lord for our next phase in ministry. And so a few specifics. What will happen now is that Blessed Men International will start talking to their donors and letting them know about the opportunity to make So Powerful purses. They'll be, getting the pattern, and their purses will come here. So they'll basically, on the packing slip, which you all are familiar with, they will have an option to say, we want the purse to go to South Africa. And so you'll see that going forward. If you hit the packing slip page, later today, you'll see that option. We wanted to make sure everybody kind of knew about all this detail before we made any changes technically. And their purses then will come here. We'll work with them to get them to South Africa. And then on the ground in Limpopo, we're working with them to begin the process of them learning the Safe Pads methodology, using our supplier and vendor relationships and all the details for how to construct the Safe Pads and all of the purse process. They have a local charity they work with already to provide soap. And so So Powerful Purse program, as it works in Lusaka, will also be working in South Africa. And we are so excited to see them rally around this goal of serving 4,000 girls. And it's our goal together with them. And so I've been talking for a long time. So thoughts on all of this?
No, I'm inside. Is what I already said. I think it's super exciting to see it come together. You know, there's a lot of energy and excitement around it. I haven't been to that location yet, so I'm looking forward to going and seeing it. But you know, just the confidence I think that we have behind all of it, just that, you know, they're so well established there, and the relationships that they have with the people in the community are all strong, and you know, it's just a good launch point, you know, to go forward in, and you know, I think just clarity on what you'll see when you enter your purses. And you know, for us, it's kind of like our Zambia program is still our Zambia program, and we want your purses, and your purses will by default always be designated to go to Zambia, unless for some reason you want to participate in South Africa. But you know, just when you see that, now you'll know what that checkbox is for. And you know, our program is still up and running, and trying to grow and reach more girls in Zambia as well at the same time. So yeah, it's just fun to kind of see the two, you know, can kind of go in parallel. And honestly, to have them start at 4,000 is amazing. I think back to us starting with 500 purses, and we were like, how is this going to work? And, you know, learning the ins and outs of how to work with people and how to grow. And we know so much now that we can just, you know, kind of go in and partner with them and kick off at a much higher number, because, you know, we sort of know how to pull it all together and how to make it work. So that's exciting. Yeah.
So we would just love to have you pray about this with us this next, you know, season, this next year. We'll keep you posted on how it's going. If you do have a heart for South Africa, or maybe you know people who are really passionate about South Africa, you could always, you know, have your purses designated. But to your point, our program goals are around reaching girls in Lusaka. So hopefully you get the gist of this, the idea. And we're really excited for Blessman International ministry partners and donors to hopefully they're watching this as well, some of them, and they'll maybe watch by replay. And we just want to say we're thrilled to have the opportunity to collaborate together to see girls' lives changed and women's lives changed through the program. And so let me share a bit more about how you can go deeper on this topic. So we built a web page. Jan is going to share it now, I think, in the Facebook side, and we'll have a slider on our web page that goes to the South Africa Initiative page. One of the things that's on the South Africa Initiative page is podcast embedded, you know, conversation with Dr. Jim Blessman. And so him and I had a good conversation all about his background as a missionary, and him, you know, serving in medical missions. And so that was just a great conversation, and about how they got to Limpopo and how they, you know, kind of started to work on this issue of girls empowerment. And so would love to have you check that out. It'll answer a lot of questions about who they are as an organization. But we're happy to answer questions right now as well. And so if you have a question about how this will work or any of the details, feel free to pop them in. Pat asked, I'm assuming Blessman is a Christian organization. They are indeed. And as I mentioned, he began as doing medical missions. In fact, it's a fun story. You go listen to the whole episode of the podcast, but he got his start in his call to serve in missions by going and doing eyeglasses, you know, kind of work in partnership or with, I guess you could say, the people who do the Book of Hope. So they would go to a school, do a Book of Hope thing, and then he would do the eyeglasses part of that. And so they did that for like 12 years. So it's one of the things that they've done and continue to do in their ministry. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stories, and I think many things that we'll be able to learn from their ministry team there. They do a lot of trips from churches and you know, youth groups and that kind of thing to South Africa, and they have a beautiful facility there. I stayed in December at their lodge, and so I told him at the end of that conversation, maybe we'll have to have a So Powerful trip to South Africa so we can meet all of our community could meet their team and that kind of thing. So that would be fun, like a future activity. But other questions, if they're, Julie asked, what are they currently making in their sewing co-op there? Okay, great question. So Hilda and team have a variety of items that they make. They have a totally professional embroidery machine, like a big, like a big one with like all the computerized stuff. And they make a lot of hats and things like T-shirts and stuff like that that are branded. All the trips that come there, that come to South Africa, and then they see the sewing cooperative. I've got some video clips I'll put together and share with you from December. And then the other thing that they've done is they had partnered with for a couple years Days for Girls, and the South Africa team didn't do so much of the actual construction of anything, because that model, all of the Mzungus or the Americans make all of the pads in the bag. But they got a grant and did have their team there in South Africa making reusables, I believe, and I think that's the right history of it. And so they have had an experience of making the older style pad, the multi-part pad that's like the Days for Girls model. And so the new unibody, I guess you could call it, pad, the Safe Pads model is new to them. And so we're excited about that. But they do have professional machines, sergers, and large like Juki machines. And so they're basically ready to go. In fact, they actually have 2 sewing facilities. The other one, they make local merchandise like shirts and dresses, and have another team. So they have a good infrastructure of seamstresses and folks who are ready to jump into this. Luis said, I lived in South Africa for 17 years. It's close to my heart, and I'm sure that South African friends in my old school there will be interested in this new initiative.
That's fun.
Cool. Hey, Louise, that's super awesome. So that's great. What else? Any other questions we can answer? Want to make sure we cover the topic thoroughly. And well, mostly we just want to make sure that y'all know about it, so you're not surprised. And we're going to continue to keep you updated and posted, of course, and weave this into going forward with news and updates. As boxes come in, sure we'll be announcing, hey, this is for South Africa, that kind of thing. So you hear that kind of, statement going forward. So Terry said, what besides purses do they need? Oh, that's a great question. So Blessman International does a lot of ministry work around water and sanitation. So they drill a lot of wells. They also do a very, very cool, you have to be a real international development nerd to like this stuff, but they have a very cool toilet system that they use for replacing outhouses, and it's called a Sanaloo. And it's basically like a composting toilet building that they build and use, and they put those into schools to replace like the old just normal outhouse toilet. And so they do a lot of that kind of work. They also have a huge farm, and again, the children's feeding. So they're doing a lot of the ministry work that we are in Zambia. They're doing it there as well. They also are obviously a big partner with Book of Hope. And so I would encourage you, if South Africa is the passion of your heart, go check out Blessman International. That's great. And blessmaninternational.org, and see what else they do. But you'll see on their side in the coming days content around the So Powerful Purse initiative and all that. So yeah. Okay. Happy to answer additional questions going forward, but I think it's time for us to.
A lot of purses.
We got to get cracking here. Yes. So with all of that said, thank you again for your prayers. Let's jump into next steps. We had a huge amount of purses come in from Canada.
Yes. Yay, Team
Cinnamon's
Canada.
Go for it.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we got?
We got 12 boxes. It was a total of 598 purses from Canada. So I have a pile here that I'm going to kind of just read off the names. A lot of them came packed together in boxes, not individual boxes for each person's purses. But we do have one box we were going to hold up to show. This one was
This one?
a Canada box. Yes. So this was one of the many. This one had 50 from Norma Dale. So she's in my stack here. Thank you, Norma. There was so many in there from Marilyn Posen. Amazing amount of purses and so fun. I will say, as we were unpacking these and doing the purse packing to send them over to Zambia, I was kind of blown away, really, just how beautiful they all were. There was so many that were like, I don't even know if I say it right, but that sashiko technique, the white thread on the denim, they were so beautiful. Anyway, so many great purses. So we have Marilyn Posen, a big stack here of packing slips.
Awesome job, Marilyn.
Yes. Kim Moore, Norma Dale, who I just mentioned, Catherine Haig or Heeg.
Awesome job,
Maria
Catherine.
Livingston.
Way to go. Way to go.
And Sarah Craig.
Good job, Sarah.
Martina Rhett.
36 purses. Very cool.
And Whistler Valley Quilters Guild as a group.
Whistler Valley Quilters Guild. That sounds like a place we need to visit.
A sewing retreat there. Erin Chappell.
Great work, Erin.
Christina Porter.
Hey.
She went on a trip with us, one of the early trips.
Christina
yes.
Porter.
Hi, Christina.
Hey. It's great to hear your name. Think about that trip quite often, actually, and being in Botswana afterwards and seeing all of the game reserve activities. So that was a wonderful memory. So Christina, we hope you're doing well. Yeah.
Chantal Gaudet. That sounds
great
very
work,
French.
Chantal.
Beautiful
maybe
name.
Eastern Canada.
Yes, and Susan Madigan.
Beautiful, awesome.
Charlene Pereira. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Sorry, but yes.
Great.
Thank you for your purses. And Wendy Johnson. So that was a great group effort from Team Canada. Super excited, but they're all here and about to be on their way. I believe we will be sending those out in our next kind of shipment here, so that's
which will go out soon. And I just want to say to our Canadian purse makers, thank you for your patience. The process is a little bit slower because although you're sometimes right across the border, we have them all shipped to a specific location in Canada, as you know. And then obviously we get from that location, we get them here. And so that slows things down a bit. So I just want to say a huge thank you for your grace in that process. And it really is the most economically efficient, but it slows things down a bit. And so we just want to say thank you for your understanding, and your purses will be in Zambia, handed to girls. Yes. We do have them, and they are going to be boxed up here, and then they're going to be on their way just in the next few weeks towards the end of the year. And I guess the next 11 weeks or so towards the end of the year. And we're really excited about that. So thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now I think we might switch over to purse cam. Do you want to do this right now or just wait till you get the box?
Oh, your call. Okay. Yes. Now we're going to reposition ourselves so we can start thanking and acknowledging the amazing purse makers. And Cinnamon is going to hop on the cool purse cam. So let me just make sure everybody's still cool. Everybody all right? You can still hear us. You can still see us. Everything's still good. I think probably we're fine here. So let me, purse cam is there. So let me bring the purse cam up here and we'll make it the big deal. And Cinnamon can show you are those buttons?
I will mention here, since you probably can't hear me, that purse is one of the ones that we did at the sewing retreat. Elizabeth Mittman had given us the flap idea. It uses 10 different embellishments, 10 different ribbons, kind of celebrating and highlighting the 10 years of the purse program. And we did this project. We had given one example and everybody kind of went to town with how they did their ribbons and buttons, but that was from our sewing retreat that we just did this past summer. So super fun.
Very, very cool. Okay. So I'm going to start thanking and acknowledging boxes of purses that we've gotten in, and Cinnamon's going to be showing the lovely, lovely purses. So this is one of 3 boxes. This box contains 105 of 348 total purses from the East Texas Sewing Center. that were a part of the 2024 Sew-a-thon. So that's super cool.
Here's the list of names.
And these purses came from, these are just first names with last initials, but I'll just say the first names: Karen, Sue, Mercedes, Diane, Michelle, Terry, Anna, Katrina, Leilani, Rose, Lynn, Sharon, Diana, Nancy, Kat, Pat, Karen, Pam, Joanne, Jeannie, Marie, Elaine, Catherine, Donna, Alyssa, Emily, Noreen, Susan, Terry, Angie, and Dana. The East Texas Sewing Center absolutely crushed it for the Sew-a-thon. And we just want to say a huge thank you to Patrina and the whole team there, and Noreen and everybody who helped organize. Thank you. Your guys' participation was just super, sorry, my hand, just super amazing. And we're really, really grateful for all of the hard work that went into the Sew-a-thon this year. Thank you so much for that. Great job. And this box contains 46 Sew-a-thon purses made with love by Beverly Davis. Again, 2024 Sew-a-thon. So Bev Davis, thank you so much for your awesome purses and participation. And then we have 6 purses from Sandy Genowick for the 2024 Sew-a-thon. And see these cute little labels. Sorry, a little label like that. Really, really fun. And it's just great to have y'all sending in your purses from the 2024 Sew-a-thon. And if you didn't catch our live stream on Monday night where we talked about the announcements of the Sew-a-thon, we ended up with 165 now. It's over $165,000 raised in the month of September for the Sew-a-thon. So we're just hugely grateful for the amazing team that worked so hard sacrificially to do something that was hard that they didn't necessarily want to do, which was ask people to support So Powerful. I mean, you know what I mean? They didn't necessarily want to do it, but fundraising is not everybody's like first love. And so they worked hard at it. And together we had an absolutely incredible outcome. That basically enables us to serve 16,500 girls. And so we're thrilled by that effort. So, okay. Rita Stat from St. Louis, Missouri sent in 11 purses. Rita, thank you so much for your purses. And 12 purses came in from Mary Lou Bates and from Cayuga, New York. Maybe that's right. Maybe I'm pronouncing it right. So thank you so much for that. Super cool. We got 1 purse from Sheila Sutton in Cartersville, Georgia. Thank you so much for that. And we got 2 purses from Tacony Corporation in Fenton, Missouri. How cool is that? So Tacony Corporation, if you're not familiar with the name, is the folks who own the Baby Lock company. And so the team at Baby Lock sent in 2 purses. So thank you, whoever in the corporate office made some purses. We're really grateful. Hopefully you had a fun time with that. Baby Lock has been a tremendous partner to us over the years. They featured us as sort of the charity of choice in 2019. And then also we're sponsors of the Sew-a-thon the last couple of years. So thank you so much, Baby Lock. And you're wonderful employees that are participating. Is Cinnamon going to show? Oh, Cinnamon was going to show on the person. Here's this is from from Tacony Corporation headquarters. Very, very cute. Yes, that's so awesome, and really appreciate it. Okay, so 15 purses came in this box, and there's 86 in total that came in from Chicago, Illinois. Rick Martinez, or maybe Mrs. Rick Martinez. Thank you so much for those purses. Super cool. And we have 15 purses from Lydia Wheeler in Fullerton, California. Thank you so much for those, Lydia. And we have more 2024 Sew-a-thon purses made with love by Jana Elliott. And there are 5 purses in here. So thank you so much, Jana. Awesome job participating in the Sew-a-thon. And here's Another box for the sew-a-thon purses. This one has 7, and it's from Kathy Wasaira in Spring Lake, Michigan. So thank you so much, Kathy, for your purses. That is super awesome. And we have 3 purses that came in from Jeanette Hayes in Seattle, Washington. Thank you so much, Jeanette. That's super cool. And we have Howard Anderson, or maybe Mrs. Anderson, sent in 3 pounds of purses. I don't know how many are in here, but the pounds are on here, and that's fun. And those are from Bordentown, New Jersey. So thank you so much for those 3 pounds of purses. We also have, this is more from Mrs. Martinez. This is 21 of the 86. So that's super cool. And we have 30 purses from Gladstone, Michigan, Molly Wadner. So thank you so much for those, Molly. That is super awesome. We have 6 purses that have come in from Kathleen Matop. Oh, she gave me a spelling. Moto EK. Kathleen Moto EK. Thank you so much from River Edge, New Jersey. 6 purses came in. That's super cool. What is that? Phonetic spelling? Something like that. That's super. More purses for the sew-a-thon. This box contains 6 sew-a-thon purses made with love by Sandy Ross. Sandy, thank you so much for those. That's fantastic. And we have a 3 purse box from the Salt Creek Quilters Guild in Darien, Illinois. So Salt Creek Quilters Guild, great work. Thank you for your help and support. That's super awesome. And we have 10 sew-a-thon purses that came in from Joanne Kuklowski. Thank you so much, from Concord, New Hampshire. So 10 purses there. That is. Cinnamon wants to read this. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Oh, that's so nice. Super cool. Verse from Jeremiah. That is beautiful. I love the kind of integration of phrases and scripture verses on the purses. Those are just always so cool when they're embroidered in or included in some way. So Jacksonville, North Carolina, 22 purses from Mrs. Farland. So thank you so much for those, Mrs. Farland. And I want to also just take a moment and let our community know or ask that you continue to pray for our purse makers who were in the path of Helene. We do have people in our community that were personally impacted, and we probably should have started our time this morning in a moment of prayer for them. But the reality is that there's just so much tragedy, and it has impacted our community. And so do please pray for obviously everyone, but also for purse makers who are impacted by the hurricanes. And really appreciate you doing that. We've been doing that for the last week and a half or so. So thank you. 7 purses came in from Glen Ellen, Illinois, from Nancy Pelk. And so thank you for those. That is super cool. And we have 34 purses, 30 of which were for the sew-a-thon, from Kathy Simonson. Thank you so much, Kathy. And she's an Italia Angel. So there's a little sticker on her box. The Italia Angel program is our monthly support program. So if you're not familiar with that, you could check it out on our website. We'd love to have you learn more about that. And, okay. Oh, we're getting here. Okay. This is getting serious. 64 purses in this huge box from Peggy Creighton. So Peggy, thank you so much for your purses. That is super cool. Always lovely. Oh, and it's a group. Chestnut Mountain Presbyterian Church. Thank you so much, team at Chestnut Mountain. That's a tongue twister. Chestnut Mountain Presbyterian. Thank you so much. That is really, really cool. and Peggy for your hard work in helping coordinate all the details. That is fantastic. And let's see what else we can do here. We have 20. Oh, this is the third box from Miss Martinez in Chicago. So thank you so much for that. And we have 23 purses in this box from, more from Mrs. Martinez in Chicago, Illinois. Mrs. Martinez, you are just crushing it this month. So way to go. That is super cool. There's a huge box on the floor here that I'm not going to try to heft up to show you on camera, but it is from Bradenton, Florida. Again, our prayers and thoughts are going out to the teams there in Florida. Mary Durden, and there's 30 purses there. And then 83 purses from our friends at Olive Branch, Vivian Sylvester and the whole team at Olive Branch in Bradford Woods, Pennsylvania. We really, really appreciate your support, your ongoing commitment to helping us make purses, just such a huge blessing. And we just pray your ministry would be blessed as you help us serve in Zambia. So thank you for that. And we have Judy and the Colorado sisters put together 50 purses for the sew-a-thon. And this is 2 of 4 boxes, 240 total purses are, I'm assuming, all here somewhere. So that is super cool. And so Judy and the whole team there, we're so grateful for your support. And Karen, and we're just blown away by the commitment. And so thank you. And they always like to say the purses are carded, meaning they included note cards. And that is super awesome because purses that have note cards are very helpful. Those of you who have made note cards for us in the past, thank you. We just got a whole package of note cards. And so thank you for those of you who make note cards and send them in to us. We really appreciate that. And these are really cute. They have like little quotes on them and that kind of thing. So thank you if you've made note cards. But when you make a note card for your purse, it's very helpful. And if you don't like to write the note cards, maybe you can get your grandkids involved or your kids or, church folks or something like that to help you. So that's super cool. Thank you, Colorado sisters. And what else do we have here? We have 6 purses from Joy Delgado in Davenport, Florida. And so thank you so much for those, Joy. That's super cool. And we have 8 purses from Charlotte Weisman in Mansfield, Texas. Thank you so much for those, Charlotte. Really appreciate that. And we have more 2024 Sew-a-thon purses. This box contains 8 Sew-a-thon purses from Marcy Mall. And so thank you for those in Centerville, Ohio. Awesome work. And, Biggie. Abigail Erlinson sent in 41 Sew-a-thon purses. And so thank you so much for those, Abigail. That is super cool. And huge box. That's fantastic. And we have 12 purses that came in from Hastings, Michigan. Mrs. Philo, Ellen Philo, thank you so much for these. Really, really grateful for your purses. And what else can we do here? We have 3 purses from Heather Monks in Venice, Florida. Thank you so much for those. That is super cool. And we have Sandy Brown from Vestavia Hills, Alabama, 16 purses. Sandy, thank you so much for those. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say thank you again to the Colorado sisters for their 2 more huge boxes. that we're going to not heft up in front of the camera, but they're really big.
1 of 4, 3 of 4.
3 of 4. Okay. Super cool. Thank you for those. And we have 8 purses that came in from Colleen Langenfeld, Monument, Colorado. So thank you for that, Colleen. Really, really grateful. And note cards, 250 note cards from Susan Schmock in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Thank you so much for those. That is super, super helpful. And 10 purses from Deborah Chu and Patricia McBride from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That is great. Already out of purses?
Well, I want to slow down.
Oh, Cinnamon's slowing down on the purse cam, so we'll just... We have a ton of boxes, so she's going to help me with the boxes here. So, oh, now we're full screen. Okay, so 25 boxes from Barbara Anderson in San Diego, California. Thank you so much, Barbara.
And 30 purses from Sandra Roberts in Martinez, Georgia.
Thank you so much for those. And Virginia Atterbury from Springfield, Missouri sent in 18 in this box. And 36 in total from a second box. So thank you so much for those.
Here's a big pile from Paula and the Perseverance chapter in Alabama. 84 purses. This is very heavy.
Great work. Great work. And we have some secret purse maker. Oh, okay. This is involved. Well, as it happens, we have
I can sort that out if you want.
Someone who sent in purses, and also we have 3 more from Edna Visger in Minnesota. Somewhere. It could be Mounds View, Minnesota. If that's possibly right, then cool. So 3 purses. Thank you so much, Edna, for those. Really, really appreciate that.
This box came down from Renton. So they all kind of came down from, they got mailed to our earlier place in Washington. But this was Joan Albertson. And
awesome. And we also have 16 purses from Dale Parks in Hagerstown, Maryland. Thank you so much for those, Dale. That's super cool.
One here from Miss Lemke in Los Gatos, California. And there's a note in this one. Diane Marie Child, a bag of those as well.
Very, very
Thank
cool.
you, ladies.
And here.
Warrant 75 purses.
Wow.
From Amy Hunter, Hunter's Quilt Mart in Centerview, Missouri.
Wow.
That just got really dark.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Are you guys still seeing this properly? Is everything still cool?
There is the
Sorry, something weird's happening. Everything's still cool? Please let me know if you can still see us okay on the camera. It just weirded out on our side.
Okay,
So
it's just this one. 61 from Irene Stinson in Forney, Texas.
awesome.
Ooh, big box.
And from the East Texas Sewing Center, we have another huge box. So thank you for those. And then from Colorado Sisters, another.
4.
This concludes approximately half of. This is part 1 of today's sew-a-thon thank yous. Now we'll move on to the second area we have set up. Again, if my camera is glitching out, I apologize. It seems like it's working okay. So I'm going to reposition here and go something like this. Hopefully that seems okay. And we can see you, Leah said. So thank you. That's great. Okay. So Cinnamon's going to continue on the purse cam, and I'm going to continue to thank the fine folks who've sent in purses. And so I'll just do a little, I might reposition here. Sorry. We got we got a box of purses that has quite a bit of writing on it.
Ferndale, Washington.
Ferndale. Thank you, Ferndale, Washington. Who could that have been from? We should know. But whoever is in Ferndale, Washington that sent us purses,
I'll look you.
thank you so much.
I get a better kind of full name.
And one of the largest boxes we've received in a long time. So this is a huge box that is handmade, custom made, from Juanita Arnold. 215 purses in 215 cards from the Powerful Purse Partners of Central Texas.
Yes, I showed a couple of those purses.
Powerful Purse Partners, you guys are awesome. That's super cool. Thank you. And from Vanessa Knudsen in St. John, Indiana, 50 purses came in, so thank you so much. All right, Cinnamon's going to be back on the purse cam. Going to do purse cam? Okay, purse cam is back up. 64 purses came in with cards. They were part of the 2024 Sew-a-thon from Linda Fott. Thank you so much, Linda, for those from Mesa, Arizona. That is super cool. Nicely done. And from, didn't do this one yet, yeah. From Jennifer and Phyllis, 150 purses came in from Hudson, Illinois. So Jennifer and Phyllis, awesome work. Thank you so much. 150 purses, quite an achievement. And this is box 1 of 3 that came in from, again, the East Texas Sewing Center. Okay, so great. This is, we already mentioned some of those. So this is 115 of their 348. So Noreen and team there, awesome work. And Sherry Kinsey sent in 19 purses from Lafayette, Louisiana. So thank you so much for those. That is super cool. And Cinnamon said, "Oh, this is so adorable." Okay, Marilyn Posen from, oh, this is part of the Canada group. So thank you so much for those. We already mentioned Canadian team there, but thank you, Marilyn, for your hard work. Awesome job. And oh my, we have 8 purses that came in from Naya, Minnesota, from Tamra Ekstrom. So thank you, Tamra, for your purses. Great work on that. And a very colorful box from Lynn Johnson.
And I just showed her purse.
Oh, and Cinnamon just showed Lynn's purse. So this is from the Sew-a-thon, and it's part of 166 purses that Lynn sent in as a part of the Sew-a-thon. This box had 86. It's very cutely decorated. So Lynn, thank you so much. Great work. And this is the second one from Lynn. So awesome job. Great work. And we also had, oh, this is the second box from Phyllis and Jennifer in Hudson, Illinois. So thank you so much. Yeah, we really appreciate it. 145 in total. And from Paula Korber, 50 purses came in, made with love. It's part of the 2024 Sew-a-thon. So thank you so much for that, Paula. Great work. And ooh, look at that purse in the purse cam. That's really cool. Very, very nice. And it's always nice when you laminate your cards. That's kind of a nice little thing. So they kind of stay waterproof and are kind of around for longer. This huge box came in from Val Paulson in Johnson City, Tennessee. 75 purses. So thank you so much. And prayers go out for Val. The hurricane impacted your area, and we're just really praying for you, and I want you to know that. So we love you, and our heart is really with you in the next steps. So please know that we're praying for you. And a purse came in from Margie in Lake Oswego, Oregon. Such a beautiful place. Margie, thank you so much for that. And 8 purses came in from Cheryl Alford. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for your purses. And what else do we have here? 20 purses came in from Stephanie Chapman in Bothell, Washington. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for those. Really grateful. And what else do we have? Cinnamon said, "This is the cutest hippo." Oh, that is a cute hippo. Nicely done.
This is by Sarah.
Sarah Cody.
And her sister.
Ah, Sarah, thank you so much. Sarah, great work on your purse. That is insanely cute. We got yeah, we got a box, and it has purses. So, Cinnamon will help me figure out that box. Oh, from Ferndale, Washington. So this is from the Canadian team. Thank you so much. And this one came in from the Sun Sowers Gulf Shore, Alabama team. 73 purses came in with 220 additional cards. So thank you so much for that. And we also got 11 purses from Michelle Kluka in Sterling Heights, Michigan. So Michelle, thank you so much for those. That's great. Oh, look at that. Wait, that's a truck. It's an African safari truck with a zebra and a giraffe. How cool is that? That's insane. Sarah, those embroidery purse flaps are just off the hook. You win the prize today for the coolest safari truck with a zebra and giraffe purse flap.
There's a different
one. And look at the puppy. Super cute. Well, you guys are just going crazy with the awesome embroidery, and wow, what a cute purse. Way to go, everybody. Okay, we also got, 85 purses from Indian Land, South Carolina, Sylvia Panacara, and the Spirit of Caring and Sewing, St. Philip Neri Catholic Church. So the team at St. Philip Neri Catholic Church, thank you. Really, really appreciate your hard work. It sounds like you all are up and running on the purses, and we're so grateful for your support. And I think this might be our final box from the East Texas Sewing Center. Thank you so much, Noreen and team, for that hard work. Wonderful accomplishment, the multi-box shipment. We have 16 purses that came in from Susan Persinger in Edmonds, Washington. Thank you so much, Susan, for your purses. That's super cool. And we have 50 purses that came in. This is great. From Dublin, Georgia, from the Lawrence Baptist Association Women in Mission Group. Linda Kite and team in Lawrence Baptist Association Church, or Lawrence Baptist Church, I would assume. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your support for the program. if you're watching this as a part of that group, please extend our thanks to the whole team there. That's really great.
This is a super cool ribbon.
Cinnamon said this is a super cool ribbon purse. Whoa, look at that.
Amazing. This is Marilyn posing.
Marilyn, great work on that purse. That is really, really cool. And we got 35 purses with cards and 60 extra cards from Sarah Cody. So thank you so much. West Des Moines, Iowa. Those are some of the ones Cinnamon was just showing a few minutes ago. So Sarah, thank you so much for that. That is super cool. And I will just say that although I sometimes ooh and ah over purses, every purse is amazing. And there is a girl for every purse. And so just because we highlight some, I hope that you don't get intimidated or feel like anything uncool, because we celebrate what we get and we want to show you fun examples. But every single purse we receive is an incredible blessing to the girl who receives it. And so thank you for your hard work. But please realize not all the purses have to be insanely cool. Like that one that has, is it like a flower? So anyway, I think you get the idea. It's easy to be intimidated, but don't be, because we're working on this to serve girls and to be a blessing to them. And every purse is that. So please hear us when we say that. Every purse makes a difference. So, this is from Maxine De Pietro in Odessa, Florida. Again, hoping you're safe through this latest hurricane. 20 purses came in, and Maxine said this is her first time sending purses in. And you did a great job. This is a huge box. And we got it. So thank you, Maxine. Do hope that you're safe and all is well for you during these hurricanes. 138 purses came in from Rebecca Silcott in Lawrence, Kansas. Rebecca, thank you so much for those purses. Nicely done. And I think these are already done. Right?
Not the little ones.
And we have just a few more here to announce, including 3 purses that came in from Polly Townsend in Garrison, Wyoming. Thank you so much. I get too many purses from Wyoming, so that is super cool. Polly, thank you for your support from Wyoming. And from Richmond, California, Arlene Kukna sent in 10 purses. So Arlene, thank you so much for those. That is super. And from Cynthia Brannon in Germantown, North Carolina, 4 purses came in. So Cynthia, thank you so much for that.
And this one's
And,
right there.
oh, sorry. Okay, I missed one. 22 purses came in from Fran Trichetta in Franklin Park, New Jersey. So Fran, thank you so much for your awesome purses. Really appreciate that. And with that, no. Oh, we have one more to announce today.
Aww.
And it is from
our friend Alita Johnson.
From Alita.
25 purses.
25
yes,
purses.
In Olympia, Washington. So fun.
There you have it, friends. Wow, what a haul. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, they have plenty of purses. But here's the reality. This year, we think we have right now, with all of these behind us and what's been sent in previous, I think we have around 17,000 purses. And our hope for this year is 33,000. So if you haven't made a purse this year yet, or maybe you've made 1 or 2, but you've got some energy and enthusiasm for fall,
it's time to make 100.
And wintertime sewing. Although it seems like we're rather disorganized here, we're organized, we're ready, willing, and able to take your purse and get it to a girl in Zambia. And so if your guild is ready to boot it up for the fall or winter, or your chapter. We would love to hit the goal this year. There's a little bit of a difference between how many girls we serve in Zambia in a given year and how many purses we receive, just because of the way our shipping works and that kind of thing. But just high level numbers. This year, we're on track to serve 39,000 girls in Zambia. And we are hoping to receive this year 33,000 purses that will be shipped. And obviously, those would then be distributed to girls early next year. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you want to help us spread the word, we would really, really love to have more purses come in. Also want to just mention that if you're going to go to the Houston Quilt Show in a few weeks, we're going to have a wonderful booth there. Mm-hmm. And we'll have some goodies that you can buy, some new things. Mm-hmm. Any comment on that?
It's coming together. We're getting items donated. We did actually get a huge box of very nice fabric donated that we will be able to kind of process and turn around and have available as fat quarters in the booths that we do as the shows. That's how we just raise more money, and we do it here locally as well. So so those donations of new beautiful fabric, I'm sure there's a place on the site to get information about donations and that kind of stuff. But yeah, the shows are coming up. You can drop off your purses there, so you don't have to ship them, and then the team there can get them to us. So amazing time.
One final invitation. If you've been on our Facebook page or on the social media sites, you may have seen our invitation to join the launch team for the 3rd edition of the We Are So Powerful book, which we're working on right now. It's going to be all revised and updated. The 2nd edition came out in 2020. And so now this 3rd edition will cover an additional 4 years, basically, of ministry activities. It's shorter in a way because it's more focused on just the story of So Powerful and how the Lord has led us to serve with you all. But it's also longer in a way because it includes more awesome testimonials from you all. And so it's going to be a quicker read. I've tried to take out a lot of sermonizing, I call it, where I kind of talk about international relief and development nerd stuff, and just tell the story of what God has been doing through So Powerful. And so if you'd like to help us market that and get the word out and help publicize it, there is a link. You can find it. I think Jan just dropped it on the Facebook page, but you can see it in the header of the Facebook page. We'd love to have you jump in. It'll be in the newsletters going forward as well. We're going to start the marketing activities in the next few weeks or month, and we'd love to have you be on that team. So with that said, I think we're going to wrap it for today. We got done in an hour and 10 minutes.
It's only an hour.
Thank you, everybody, for your amazing support and your love for the girls in Zambia and the women there who are helping us lead the organization and doing the work on the ground to serve girls. It really is cliche for us to say that together we're so powerful, but that is the truth. Your hard work and love and passion for serving these wonderful girls in Zambia is really the heart and soul of what's making it possible for us to serve. And so we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And now to be able to serve also in South Africa in partnership with Blessman is just an incredible, incredible honor. So thank you. Please continue to keep us in your prayer. If you'd like to make a financial gift in support of So Powerful, feel free to go to the website, sopowerful.org, and you can donate there. And if you gave as a part of the 2024 Sew-a-thon, we want to just thank you again for your love and support of the program. We had something over 1,500 donors and donations in support of the Sew-a-thon this last month, and we're really, really grateful for it. So thank you so much. And finally, thank you, Jan, for your awesome moderation on the Facebook side and help with the fun of the live broadcast. So with that, I'll end it, and I hope you have a beautiful Saturday. Any final thoughts?
Thank you, everyone, for everything. We couldn't do it without you. Yes, have an amazing weekend.
Okay. Bye, y'all.